InnoVisit is a very simple to use program. The first step is we have your field staff download the app on their phone. So luckily we're all familiar with how to download an app. It's simple, it's easy, and they love it. When the field staff is working with InnoVisit, their mission is real simple. When they start work in the morning, all they do is say on InnoVisit. When they're done working at the end of the day, they hit off InnoVisit. That's all the field staff has to do, and InnoVisit's ready to go for the field staff. Now in the office, what we do is we give you a very nice, easy to use, we call this our dashboard. So this is on the computers of whatever computers in your office you'd like to have this on. It works off the web. You don't need to buy any hardware, any special software. It works with your current system right on the computer that you use in the office today. So at many of our hospice clients, they have their dispatchers, their office staff has this on their computer. So what I'm going to show you is what we call the dashboard. Over here to the left side of the dashboard, this is where we have the caregivers or your field staff. You can take all of them off, and you'll see on the map here now none of them show on the map, or you can put them all on. Now you'll see these little human figures here. These are your caregivers. If you mouse over, it tells you who they are. This particular one is Len Combs. If you click on it, it'll show you what department they're in, where their location is, and all kinds of different things. But I'm just going to show you the basics at the beginning here. So on the left-hand side, you can load up your caregivers, and these buttons here show you the status. So Bob Johnson right now, if you click on Bob Johnson, he has no signal. If you click on Jeff Katz, he's blue. That means he's in a visit right now. And it shows you he's a registered nurse. It gives you the battery level of their phone. So if they're, a lot of times the staff says, oh, my phone ran out of batteries, you can now remind them and call them and tell them, hey, your phone's getting low, don't forget to charge it. It shows you what the hours that they work, and I'll go into why that's important a little bit later in the presentation. It shows you where their current address is, and then if you click here, it shows you their last status, where they were last at, and lots of information that you can have now at your fingertips. The second part of the grid over here is what we call our clients or your patients. They're represented by the red beds here. Again, you can mouse over, it tells you the name of the person. If you click on it, it shows you where their address is and the nearest caregiver, which I'll show you in a minute as well. The third and final part of the dashboard is what we call our landmarks. These are the facilities or the hospitals or the nursing homes that they might frequently visit and visit patients in. So now what you'll see on the dashboard is you've got everything on your dashboard, and it's simple to use from here. Now, all of this is automatically loaded in. So when you start your day in the morning, you turn on your computer, log into your specific site, and all of this information will show up for you, okay? So now what I can do is I can use different functions of the program. The first thing is I now can see at a glance where all of my people in the field are. So now we know where they're at. We have records. It's tracking up in the cloud or through the GPS. So now we have tamper-proof evidence of where they've been, what time they get to an appointment, how long they stay, when they leave, those types of things. The other advantage of InnoVisit is we use what's called geofencing. So the nice thing is when they show up at the address, it automatically marks them as arrived. And when they leave, it automatically shows that they're leaving. We don't have to worry about the person remembering to say, okay, I'm here, okay, I'm leaving. It automatically keeps track. That's why many agencies have loved this from a compliance and an audit standpoint, because you've got tamper-proof evidence and it's all taken care of for the field staff. So one of the other functions, let's say that we get a call from a client, David White, and his family call and say, I needed a caregiver to come out right away. Today the process is, wonder who we have working, try to figure out who might not be in an appointment, get out Google or Google Maps or a map program and figure out who's closest and how they could get there, and then we finally can respond and get somebody to come out. With InnoVisit, it changes the whole game. You simply click on a patient, hit nearest caregiver, and at the bottom you'll see you instantly now have each person, how many miles away they are, if they're in an appointment or not. And I mentioned earlier that we keep their hours here, like 8 to 7, 7 to 12. The reason we added that is, let's say somebody gets off shift at 5 o'clock and you get a call at 10 minutes to 5. Well, now you cannot give the assignment to that person, give it to the next closest person and avoid overtime. So agencies now using Innovisit have reduced their overtime or reduced costs in that manner as well. So there's lots of different functions and things that you can do from the dashboard. The other nice thing is, remember, it's pinging the phone, it's called. So every minute it's signaling their phone, so you have a trail of where the person is each and every minute of the day. So from this dashboard, you're able to see all the different facilities, patients, and your caregivers. You can go to options and pick like your landmarks, and you can change your landmark button on your map to look like anything you'd want it to look like. You can go into your clients, and instead of it looking like a bed, you can make it look like a cross or whatever. So let's say we make them look like a cross, save the changes, and now when they come up on your map, then they're going to come up as crosses rather than as beds. So, you can change and manipulate it to, some companies like to make it a certain color. They like to make it a certain icon. You can customize all of that when you use Innovisit, okay? The other thing is we have on your dashboard are different types of reports that you can run. Now, the nice thing about Innovisit, again, is it's keeping track of everything in the cloud. So you can automatically have that data dumped down into your systems, into your payroll systems, into your operating systems, and it makes it nice and simple. So now when people are using Innovisit, you can eliminate paper time cards. You can eliminate mileage reimbursement forms. So I'll show you an example under reports. Let's just do a mileage report. So you go into mileage report, and let's pick yesterday as an example. So you put in the dates. Let's go to Jeff Katz. And you put in the dates. And so you can go into the reports, and there's a whole bunch of different reports that you can run. One report now is we have exactly how many miles that Jeff drove, where Jeff went to, how many miles between appointments. So now you have a simple, easy way to keep track of miles, how to pay for mileage reimbursement. Jeff loves it because he doesn't have to keep track of his miles, and the system automatically keeps track of all that for you. Another popular report is our caregiver activity report. So let's say somebody says, well, they didn't show up on time, or they weren't really there, or whatever type of questions that your clients might have. You can, again, put in the person's name, put the date that you're looking at. Now, under this, I'm going to hit events only. If I hit none, it's going to show like a 30-page report every single minute that it's pinging. When you show events only, it's just going to show where they stopped at and the appointments that they had. So you hit run report, and now you can see that at this time he went to Gene Torrey's, then to Dave's house. And by the way, all of these names are fictitious names because of HIPAA compliance. So this is our simulator site. So these, just so everyone knows, aren't real patients or real people for HIPAA purposes. But if they were your people and your patients, there would be their exact names running off the system. So you can run those different types of reports. Timesheets. The other nice thing is you can eliminate time cards now. This keeps track of when they start their shift, what they do during the shift, and when they end their shift. So under timesheets, you can see which ones are open timesheets. So let's say I want to look and view Jeff, and I can see all of Jeff's appointments, where he was, the exact time. It totals how many hours he worked for that particular shift. Over here, this is a nice feature with notes. You can put unlimited amount of characters in your notes. So if they want to make notes about the appointment, or the patient was in this condition, they can put notes in here. They can document different things that they'd like in there as well, in the notes field as well. So it gives you all types of different reports that you can run. Under the, let's go back to the dashboard for a second. Under the dashboard, we have down here, it shows which caretaker it is in the field. I can do a bunch of different things here. Let's show the activity map. It shows you, if you mouse over, you see your person here. There. So let's start at the beginning of their shift. Here's where they're at. And as you mouse over, it actually moves them and shows you exactly where they traveled and where they stopped and where they were at all day. Okay? So that's just another feature you can run off the dashboard. Again, the main message is you have a wealth of information to now know where the staff is, who's available. You can provide better customer service, and it's so easy to use. People love it. As long as you have internet access, you can use Innovisit, okay? These are different things you can do under the admin function. Like you can go in, and if you want to add or delete a client, you can edit clients, you can delete clients, you can change the information about the client. It's got full administrative powers through the program as well. So that kind of in a nutshell is how Innovisit works. Again, as you can see, it's really simple to use. Clients that are using it are reducing their costs, improving their customer service, and their field staff loves it because they're like, you know what? People don't question where I'm at anymore. You know, I can really focus on what I'm out here to do is to help people and to take care of patients. And the nice thing is it's all accountable and it's all being tracked for them.